What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
And we back to give you guys a little bit of media news. There's a few things that came out in the past couple of days that we're eager to talk about with you guys and talk amongst ourselves. Before we do that, Josh, let them know where to find us and how to message us and where to support us.
If you want to hit us up at any time, Twitter and TikTok at FilmBros Podcast. I'm working on our Instagram. That'll be up soon. If you want, I'm spacing out. If you want to listen to our other episodes at FilmBros Podcast and Spotify, we're still on there, at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us in a big way, not just by watching us on YouTube, but being able to listen to our older episodes, you can find us on Zippy Stream. All it takes is an email and your name, and you get updates on when new episodes are up there, and you can talk to us directly as well. So yeah, we're also on YouTube. I think I forgot to mention that at FilmBros Podcast. All of our handles are at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah, and just to make sure, you mentioned about supporting us on Zippy Stream, right?
Yes.
All right, cool, because that's going to take us into our little ad. You know, they are the ones who are sponsoring us, so let's give it to them real quick. Today's episode is sponsored by Zippy Stream. If you are wondering how we make money to run our podcast, it's all because of this innovative platform. Here at FilmBros Podcast, we absolutely love using Zippy Stream. It's the easiest way to convert listeners into an email list, but best of all, they find us sponsorship so we can keep making money doing what we love.
Suppose you're also a podcaster thinking about starting one. Zippy Stream will help you find and manage a relationship with brands that are relevant to your audience. If you want to learn more, contact us as soon as possible. Everyone that signs up this month will get to claim £10 as a joining bonus, which is around $12 or something like that.
Just reach out to us by email or social media DMs, and I'll put you in touch with the guys at Zippy Stream right away. Now back to the pod. And we're back, and like how Josh said, go ahead. We have the links in the bio. If you guys are trying to support, all it takes is an email and your name. That's all it takes. You can listen to all of our podcasts starting from way back when we started with zero. Not only get a feel for the pod, but get to see our progress. It's a good progress that we've been making here on in our little studio and our pod and stuff. So if you guys support us, check us out. We're there, and that'd be great. But let's get started, Josh, because we've got a few topics to go through. Some good ones that came up. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten the big thing that everybody wants universally, and that's what's happening with DC. I was hoping something was going to happen this week. Nothing has happened this week, unfortunately. Maybe just a little tidbit, but before we jump into all that, let's start with the original DC universe. Well, the original DC universe in video games, I guess you could say. Let's talk about the new game that's coming out that got some leaks and got some people worried. We're talking about Kill the Justice League. We talked about it a couple pods ago, how this is going to be Kevin Conroy's last outing as a Bat.
Yeah.
A lot of anticipation for this game. A lot of anticipation. Like, everybody that I know is hyped for it. It looks great. The graphics look amazing. One thing that got people frightened, though, is apparently there's going to be a battle pass. And there's been a few leaks out there that's been going around about the game. And that not only that it will have a battle pass, but it's also kind of giving Marvel's Avengers vibes, basically, with the whole build up and pay to play and all that stuff. So, got a lot of people worried. I personally don't think that there's a lot to worry about. I mean, a battle pass in this time and this day and age is not a spooky thing to me. One thing that is spooky is some of the game features that do remind me and are very similar to Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen these leaks.
I've only seen the Battle Pass one.
You've seen the Battle Pass one? So with that in mind, does that worry you as a Arkham's Games fan and as a fan of these video games?
Not really. I think it's just the norm now. If everything's gonna have a battle pass, it means more skins, more content, credits, however the game in-game currency is gonna work or whatever. But I mean, that's just normal these days. Everybody has a battle pass. And I'm sure it's just gonna be easy stuff like doing missions with certain characters and whatnot to get certain cosmetics and stuff. But that's normal. As a Rocksteady game, it doesn't bother me either. It's they do good work. We've seen it. We've seen them come after hit after hit after hit. I just think people are scared, quote unquote, scared of like the of battle pass. Still, it's weird to be. Everything almost has one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just inevitable at this point. It's not just like a Fortnite thing, but it's incentive. It's incentive to want to play the game, and I'm sure you get trophies out of it. So those sweats are still gonna end up playing with it. You know,
Yeah.
It's not until games rely on you to put in real money for that is when it's a problem. Like the Avengers, to get those little credits that they have, the bolts or whatever, you have to kind of you can grind for them, but you get only so much at a time.
Or you could pay.
Yeah, or you can pay $10 for like I think it's like 2,000, and then you can get your cosmetics anyway.
Exactly.
But that's when I think the problem comes in. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I hope not. I hope they know better because again, it is Rocksteady. But
well, Rocksteady doesn't have a track record of doing that. I think one thing for sure that is worrying me is the fact that that Arkham Knights came out and everybody was hyped for that one and everybody was like ready for it, and when it came out it didn't have the best of receptions. Some people really liked it, some people said the story was whatever. A lot of people in the beginning were complaining of the fact that they weren't able to do as much as it was brag and boast to do. Now, this is a Rocksteady game. I think they are way ahead of their time. I think you know how I feel about the Arkham games. Arkham City's peak, in my opinion, but they just pushed it a step further. Or Batmobile in the way and all that stuff, whatever. If you guys don't like the Batmobile missions and stuff like that, then I understand your guys' frustration. But they took a giant leap forward with Arkham Knight, and to see that they're gonna build upon that with this game, because you can tell the graphics and everything is very reminiscent of that world, you know.
yeah.
So that and just having Conroy as Batman for this one is gonna be the selling point for this game for me alone. Arkham Knights didn't have that big appeal because though they said they said it wasn't in the Arkham games a long time ago, that this was a different Batman. Yeah. So I had no interest. But this one was kind of like, oh yeah, no, this is going to be within the Arkham universe. This is coming from Rocksteady. It's within the Arkham universe. I know that there was a few leaks back that, you know, talking about what's going to happen in the end and how they're going to, you know, start up a new universe or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's all speculation. And if it's true, I don't want to talk about it here on the podcast and ruin everybody's time with the video game. But I'm excited for this game. I'm excited. Even though there's a battle pass, it doesn't frighten me. I will say Arkham Knight did kind of scare Arkham Knights or Gotham Knights or whatever it was called. That one does kind of scare me. I do still want to play it one of these days. I just haven't gotten around to it. And I mean, hopefully the Suicide Squad game is what it's cracked up to be, and hopefully they don't Marvel Avengers the shit out of it. You know,
I don't think they will. But honestly, the Equinox is just, I don't know what happened. They fumbled with that game. Like, I don't think the way everything looks, like in the Suicide Squad trailer, it already feels leagues above, you know, the Avengers game. Like from action to story, like it already looks so much better. Avengers fucked up on how Spider-Man swings. You know what I mean? So like there's only so much they can do, and I think where they fucked up.
To be fair, it's not a Spider-Man game, but
where they fucked up, I think, is like it's not open world, and I think this one might be.
I don't think so. Oh well,
they didn't say. I could have sworn they said it was.
It could be open world because Batman Arkham Knight is open world.
Like yeah, so like that's where the Avengers fucked up. Like it's open to a certain extent, but you can't go out and explore the actual city.
You can go to like in New York City, like how Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
So I get that. I see where you're coming from. Hopefully, I don't know if they said it was open world or not. I'm assuming it's not. But this is going to be a great game. Like you can read in this article, it's one of the biggest games that people are anticipating for 2023. So let us know out there what you guys think. Are you guys excited for Kill the Justice League or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Or you guys scared? Battle Pass scaring you? Are you guys worried about a Battle Pass in 2023? We got to get over that.
Yeah.
We got to get over that. Moving on to our next topic. So another video game is going to get its silver screen debut. And you know what? No one else to bring it to life than our very own Michael B. Jordan. And I don't know if you heard about this. Do you know what game I'm talking about?
I know I read it, and I read the article. I can't remember the title.
It's gonna be for Rainbow Six Siege. We also got news from the Hollywood Reporter that Chad Stahelski, the director of all the John Wick films, will be directing this movie with Michael B. Jordan leading the team, the Rainbow Six team. So, like I said, another video game to movie adaptation. Now, I've already talked to you before about how I feel about these. You know, video game adaptations into movies don't necessarily always come out the way they want them to come out. And it sucks to say that. Some of them are fun. Some of them are completely bad. I have not been able to finish Uncharted.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it one bit. I can't.
I started watching it. I think I got 25 minutes in, and I said, I'm done. I'm completely done. So a lot of game to movie adaptations don't really excite me. But when it comes to these games, these shooter games, I feel like they have free reign to do that. You know, it's not like God of War where you got to stick to a certain story or people are going to be upset, or like The Last of Us. You know what I mean? You know, they changed the daughter for the show and people were losing their minds. You know what I mean? So something like this, military based, where you can do any mission, you know, give them any kind of, you know, you could play a lot more with this sandbox than you can with a already established, like I said, God of War, all them. You know, if they're like, we're gonna make a live action Spider-Man movie based on the Spider-Man game, now they got to stick to the story, you know, as much as they can. At least with this one, they're gonna have a lot of free reign. And coming from the director of the John Wick movies, hot dog.
It's gonna look realistic. It's gonna have a lot of good action scenes. I think this one might work.
Yeah, I see the vision.
Yeah, this one might work. We're just gonna have to wait and see. That's all I got about it. Cause I mean, it does sound good, and like you're right, because with military games like that, you know, especially since they are more realistic, like Call of Duty, you know, it's off the rails right now. Which one you played last, but like the Rainbow Six Siege games have always been like more realistic,
grounded.
Yeah, like they're real operatives and whatnot, based on real operatives. Whether they have certain abilities, that's just for the game. I don't expect that in a movie. But yeah, I can totally see it working, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Because a lot of them are just half and half. Only a few of them have broken the curse. So.
Yeah, and video game adaptations are not the best, and but I am excited for this one. So hopefully this one comes out good. I mean, you know which movie gave me a really bad taste in my mouth when it came to video game movies?
Assassin's Creed.
I've never even watched that one.
Wow.
I wanted to watch it because of Michael Fassbender alone, but a lot of people were saying a bunch of stuff. Yeah, no. But to be honest, it doesn't look bad. And I haven't played the games, so I think if I watch it, and I think a lot of people, what were the complaints, that it wasn't really game, it wasn't based on the game
It
too
wasn't
much.
based on it like at all.
See, and to me, because there's a couple movies where like they say it was based on a game or a movie or an old whatever, and I seen it, and then I go and read reviews and stuff, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of people saying they didn't like it because it wasn't it didn't adapt it right and everything. And I think if you walk in there without having a template to what you expect, then you actually have a good time with these movies. But because people expect, like I said, you can't change certain things because people are going to expect it, and then they're going to want to, like, they get turned off as soon as, like, they don't get the exact same thing, which is the weirdest thing. Sometimes changes are meant to be made. And I can live with them as long as it's for the sake of the story. So sometimes for the sake of the story, the movies come out good, but people just hate on it because it's not the same thing. And it sucks that happens, and it hurts. But there's been a couple movies that I've seen, and I'm like, I've never seen any of the media that it's been pushed out about it. So it's fresh to me. It's a fresh story. It's fresh characters, and I'm like, it wasn't so bad. And then you read the reviews, and it's like, no, it's not accurate. That's not what happened. And it's like, God damn.
Okay. I mean,
You get what I mean?
I get what you mean. What movie were you thinking about before I said Assassin's Creed, though?
Totally slipped my mind. Can't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
I would never say that Dragon Ball Z movie. That's one of them for sure. I've never even seen that. Oh, you know what? Death Note.
The movie from Netflix?
Yeah. I know a lot of people hated it, but I never seen the original cartoon or anything like that. And I know it's not a game, but I would say I did not see anything about it. And honestly, I didn't hate the movie. It wasn't
anime adaptations get the most shit too.
Yeah, that happens too, because you can't do everything what you do in an animated movie into a real life movie. You know what I mean?
I haven't finished the anime. I just started it like a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
But I think when I finish the anime, I'm gonna watch the movie.
The Netflix one?
Yeah.
You never seen it?
I've never seen it. No.
Oh yeah.
I only wanted to check it out because of
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
That's why I checked it
way
out.
back when, and then all my friends were like, they were pretty much talking their shit because they've seen it, and I was like, well, I haven't seen either, so
Yeah.
And then one of my friends recommended it to me because I totally forgot it existed, so I was like, I might as well check it out. So I plan to watch the movie afterward.
Yeah, I personally enjoyed it, but like I said, that's probably because everything that I heard is because it's not adapted the best. Like, it's not exactly the same,
But that Dragon Ball movie was atrocious.
Yeah, that one.
I've seen the anime. It's not the same.
Yeah, no, the movie is crazy. I'd seen the movie, and I watched it with our tío, and you never seen a grown man get so mad at a movie, bro. It was ridiculous. This isn't Goku, Dragon Ball Z. I was like, look, that was the first time I've ever witnessed anybody get mad over a movie not being accurate. So I'm like, okay, well, I didn't think it was going to blow up this big, but now everybody does it.
It makes me think. We should watch bad movies like that and just talk about them, because that would be dope.
I don't think Death Note is a bad movie.
No,
Dragon Ball
I
Z?
mean like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah. Like put ourselves through it.
Yeah,
all right,
just so we can like.
We'll start with Justice League. Moving on. Moving on to the next topic, though.
I refuse.
But what about you guys out there? Are you guys excited for a Rainbow Six movie? Have you guys played the game? Are you guys just happy to see Michael B. Jordan in it? I know I was. I mean, he's a good actor. Pretty fine, bro.
I know. Go see Creed in March. But he's a good actor. I don't know. I don't even think people hate him that much, but.
No, I don't think anybody. I think he's beloved by. I think when Michael B. Jordan was gonna go through some hate was when they were gonna adapt the Black Superman.
Oh.
And they were like, oh, he's gonna be Black Clark Kent or whatever, and everybody was saying like, Michael B. Jordan, why would you do that? Like, just make a whole different character. Like, I guess there's a actual Black Superman in Val Zod or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
He's the president.
Yeah, and they were like, why don't you just do that one? And yeah, but that movie ever since died out, and Michael B. Jordan is not one to stir up drama, so he's good. He's good. Moving on though. talking about stirring up drama. So the Star Wars community has been shooken up yet again. Yes, I know, shocking. The Star Wars community up in flames again.
When aren't they, man?
Yeah. But it all sparked from a tweet. And it seems like Twitter is just getting everybody hot nowadays. First Elon, now then James Gunn, and now we're just stirring the pot for everybody's sections.
It's coming full circle.
Yeah. And one thing that got people's head scratching and a lot of people kind of like, oh, is this their way out to erase the sequels? Well, Carl Weathers might have answered that for us on Twitter, actually. So he posted about the new Mandalorian poster that had been released. That's the poster right there.
Wow.
And he decided to retweet and said, "Come on, y'all. The Mandalorian poster is too cool. Love being part of the Star Wars multiverse." March 1st, 2023.
He shouldn't have said that.
So, with the multiverse being a hot thing now,
He shouldn't have said that.
and a lot of people's speculations going around right now.
He shouldn't have said that.
Now we have what could potentially be the start of a multiversal thing within the Star Wars universe.
He shouldn't have
Now,
said
this
that.
has never happened before. So this is kind of, new territory for Star Wars fans. So, excuse them for panicking, I guess you can say. Excuse them for panicking.
I'm panicking.
But what the fuck?
He shouldn't have said that.
You're tearing up. Why
Yeah,
are you tearing up?
because I'm losing my shit over here. He shouldn't have said that.
Are you mad or?
These might be tears of anger, probably. He shouldn't have said that.
Okay, elaborate. Why he shouldn't have said that?
Because some Star Wars fans take things a little too. That's the best way to put. Seriously, I guess, and the sequels aren't going anywhere. The Mandalorian has been setting them up this whole time. What do you call it? Oh my goodness, I am tearing up, but. What started this whole thing was way back in Rebels, when Ahsoka and Ezra were going through the world between worlds or whatever the fuck it was called. And you can hear from the people from the sequels. And people were like, oh, it's an alternate timeline, whatever, this isn't it. No, it's all one timeline. It's not a multiverse. Him saying that is wrong.
Okay.
It doesn't happen.
Okay, I'm gonna peel a layer back real quick, and then content, guys. Peeling a layer back. Are you saying this because this could be the potential out to get rid of the sequel trilogy that you are so fond of?
You can't get out of them.
Oh no. Okay, I get that. No, I'm not with this multiversal stuff because, like I told you before, I find it to just be a cheap way out. One thing is time travel, because at least then you know that they're taking the time and effort to give you the details of time travel and all that stuff. But with multiverse stuff, it's like, bang, you're dead. It's okay. We're gonna get another one of you from a different multiverse. Why do I keep saying multiverse? That's what it is. From a different multiverse, and just. We don't even worry about it. We're going to mourn you, but we got the same dude to come back. I just find it to be lazy writing, in my opinion. And I find it to be very lazy for them to justify something like that. I thought it was great when they were doing at least the groundwork in The Mandalorian to kind of set up the sequel trilogy to kind of fill in the gaps where they messed up. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. Kind of like what they did with the Clone Wars. What they did with the Clone Wars would give every single one of those characters that were in the prequel trilogies more character development and made you feel for those characters more. They did so much more for the Star Wars prequels era than the Phantom Menace did. So, I mean, I appreciate them taking the harder route and trying to, make it believable and make people like the movies and, give them that connective tissue. Now, for them to just be like, you know what, this is getting too hard. let's just say that this is an alternative timeline. Throw these people in a different timeline and start from scratch. Or not start from scratch, but maybe start from something else. Maybe, they're in the middle of a different conflict. I don't know. But it just sounds lazy to me. I don't like that. I would much rather them go the route of them explaining it throughout the Mandalorian, maybe through another show, or if they want to give, Daisy Ridley a Disney Plus show, go for it. Give us a little bit more backstory. But a multiverse in the Star Wars universe, nah, man, I can't get behind that. Not like that. I just only because it's lazy. Not even because of fandom. Not even because the sequel trilogies, prequel trilogies could be potentially erased. Just for the fact, as a film enthusiast of mine, that I am, is I just don't like. It's lazy, right?
I care about the universe and in-universe things. I care about canon, and that's not that the multiverse isn't. No.
So you find this to be a royal fuck up?
Yes, he shouldn't have said that, because Star Wars, like I said, Star Wars fans will take everything a little bit too literal sometimes, some more than others. Like Star Wars Theory will probably be creaming his pants at this. You know what I mean? But like it's just it doesn't happen in the world full of space wizards and lightsaber battles and
that we draw the line
like
at multiverse.
We draw the line at multiverse travel.
But you didn't answer the question. Is this because it could potentially erase the sequel trilogy?
No.
So you're not worried about that?
No.
You're not worried that Disney was like, you know what, maybe we did royally fuck up and should have got somebody to have a cohesive story. Let us backtrack a little bit.
No. Disney put billions of dollars into those movies, and whether you hate them or not, they still made money. So they got your money anyway. Not just yours, but everyone that was in those theaters on day one.
No, I know. I
know. So they're not gonna be.
They robbed me blind.
They're not gonna be.
If I would have known what Rise of the Skywalker was gonna be, I would have not.
They're not gonna be like, "Oh, we got your money. Let's redo it." No, they're gonna be like, "This worked. Let's try to bank off this," which is why the Mandalorian is setting it up.
You want me to give you an example of when a studio decided to do that?
If you bring up DC, I swear.
I'm just saying.
DC is a different story.
But it's this. I mean, you can't say that they're not opposed to it. You can't say they're not opposed to it. They're not, because you want to know why? Because if they feel like it's a dead end, that they kind of put themselves in a cul-de-sac, they're gonna backtrack and they're gonna try to figure out the best way to put it back on track and make more money. If they reach the blockade, a blocked wall of no more money, like right now, you know how much money they're missing out on because there's not a Star Wars movie in the fucking theaters right now? They're missing out on so much money. And you want to know why? Because of The Last Jedi, Han Solo, and Rise of Skywalker. Those last three movies. Well, granted, Last Jedi kind of made the domino effect happen. But at the end of the day, it happened. And so Disney is going to do whatever they can to get the cash cow back up and milking again. 100%.
They could do that with literally adding pieces away from the Skywalker saga. They just haven't yet.
And like I said, I mean,
it's not going to happen.
Like I said, the way that they did it with The Mandalorian and everything, kind of setting up those pieces, I find it to be great. I think that's a way better way than just going, you know what, let's just erase that real quick and, we'll do something different. There's way better. And if we can keep the sequel trilogy and they can make it coherent and say, hey, this is the reason why Palpatine's back and this and this and this. I know there's comics. I'm not reading those fucking things. They could put it in a movie or a TV show and explain it. They could do anything like that, and as long as it makes sense and it makes the movies better, because at the end of the day, what did the Clone Wars do for us? It made the movies better. You seen in season 7, he was happiest when he's seen Ahsoka, and then he goes through his fall, and it just makes the fall a lot more heartbreaking. You know what I mean? So if they can do that again with another animated show where they can give all that character development and just give you those feels all over again, I'm with it 100%. But if they feel like they wrote themselves in a corner, I want more Star Wars movies. If you wrote yourselves in a corner, that's fine. I'm willing to forget these. I get it. You guys made them in a haste. You guys made a mistake. That's fine. Put us back on track. I'd be 100% okay with that. That's why I'm okay with. That's why I tell you that I'm okay with James Gunn doing that with DC, because at the end of the day, if it's better for the story narratively for me, I'm good with that. If you guys fucked up, did something stupid, I get it. Fuck ups happen. Though through my expense, like how you said, I paid money for it. I paid money for Rise of the Skywalker. And I got fucking Ray Palpatine at the end of it. So stupid.
Ray Skywalker. We're not gonna have this argument. Don't bring it up again.
Okay, fair enough. So I mean, it's just stuff like that. Narratively, for film speaking wise, if it would narratively make sense for them to build upon it and do it, 100% do it, and then hopefully we can get back on track with movies. If not, and you guys say, hey, we want to start movies again, ASAP. We're not going to be able to get the bad taste out of people's mouths. Let's just wash it away. I'm good with the wash. Because to be honest, out of those three, the best one for me was The Last Jedi. That one will hurt me the most, but the other two can possibly go. I'm okay with that.
Either way, it probably won't happen. But I just know the multiverse is just... To throw that word out at Star Wars fans... Of course, it's gonna get them spiraling with theories of this, and that, without even being confirmed. That could have been a typo, you know. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
That's too big to be a typo. I don't think that's a typo. That is way in a world right now where multiverse is kind of like the thing. You know, DC's doing it, Marvel's doing it. That is a big slip up.
If Star Wars
is a big slip up.
Let me tell you this then. If Star Wars does the multiverse, despite how you feel already about it being lazy, don't you think Star Wars doing it is just lazier? Think about it. We got people coming back from the dead already in that universe that were supposed to be dead a long time ago. But they're just coming back because of sheer will or whatever. They don't die, whatever. Darth Vader is dead. If they explore this multiverse and that's accurate and they bring back Darth Vader, isn't that just lazy? Yeah. Isn't that more fucked up than what people are saying already? Like for one of the argument's sake, Ray doing the thing at the end of Rise of Skywalker ruins the trilogy in the first half, whatever. Isn't bringing him back from the multiverse doing what they're accusing Ray of doing? Isn't that worse than that?
Yeah. Yes. And that's what I'm telling you. And I see what you're saying. But what I'm telling you is that I'm opposed to it if it's just to bring people back. You know, and Star Wars already did this. They already did it. If you recall Rebels, Ahsoka had, in my opinion, the perfect ending. She was reunited with her master. Okay? Found out what he became. Felt heartbroken. And risked her life to slow him down for what she thought was going to be the future of the rebellion. Correct? Mm-hmm. Beautiful ending. That whole episode, fucking gorgeous. You know what they do a couple seasons later? They pick her up out of the motherfucking multiverse. Okay? They pick her up from right before she was about to die, bring her back, and then here she is getting her own Disney Plus TV show. That, my friend, is lazy writing. And that is what I cannot handle. So if they say, you know what, let's just wipe the slate clean. We wrote ourselves in a corner. Let's do that, but, you know, just not do it again. I'd be okay with one more wipe away just to kind of fix that. Because there's a lot of people right now, too, because of that scene alone, because of that Ahsoka scene alone, where she comes back, that Rebels isn't canon. People believe that it's not even canon. So that means that beautiful scene where Kenobi and where he has that final moment with Maul didn't happen. That means that they could bring back Maul and we're gonna have more of him, but at the same time, at what expense when we already had that beautiful closure? You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. And then I know we're excited for Deadpool 3, but you know, Hugh Jackman coming back for Wolverine and them using the multiverse as a way to bring him back. Like I said, we lived with these characters, we let them go, and yeah, some people are just happy to have them back, but in my opinion, it's just lazy writing. They just want to bring back somebody so they can take your money. When Tony Stark comes back is when Marvel's going to really be on top again. And they're going to pull him out the multiverse watch. But you see what I'm getting at? You see how lazy that is? You see how like easy it is?
It's all weird. And I just think that shit just makes things, it makes a mess out of things.
Yeah. At least with time travel, if I were to go back in time to save you, there would be repercussions and consequences for those actions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I went back to save you, so now the future is not the same as it would have been if you were to die. You know what I'm saying? But like, for them to just be like, "Bang, you're dead." No, it's fine. We'll get another one from a different universe. Don't even worry about it. You'll be back. You'll be back. But with that, what do you guys think out there? Do you think it was a royal fuck up for Carl Weathers to put multiverse?
For the record, I think it was.
In a Star Wars post? Or, is this the clean slate that people are trying to look for? Who knows? Let us know down in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Moving on from that crazy topic, because that one was actually pretty intense.
On the lighter side of things.
On the lighter side of things, we were talking about a certain somebody the other day, or actually yesterday. The male stripper himself, Magic Mike, Channing Tatum. And we came out with a report before we talk about the one that I wanted to talk to you about, because I do want to talk about it on the pod. Mm-hmm. But apparently he's coming out with a remake of the very own cult classic Ghost. And that he may be playing Patrick Swayze's role within the movie. Now, I was thinking about bringing this up because I know that you're a younger cat. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe you haven't seen it. If you haven't, I'm failing you, and I will show it to you later. If you have, more points to you. Have you seen this movie? Have you seen Ghost with Patrick Swayze?
I want to say yes, but it's been a long time.
You recognize that man right there?
I do.
Not Channing Tatum, the other guy.
I recognize both of them.
Okay, cool.
He was in Footloose. Wasn't he?
Channing Tatum?
No, the other one.
Patrick Swayze? Yes.
He was in Footloose. In Ghost, he's dead, right? And he's pretty much attached to this chick, and he's something stopping him from like going to heaven or something like that. See, it's been a minute, so don't even tell me if I'm wrong, but
it's something like that.
But
yeah,
it's been a minute since I've seen it.
Well, apparently we're gonna be getting a remake, and apparently his production company has
a production company.
Yeah, he does. It's called
What's stopping him from being in more movies?
He's running the production. Once you get, it's kind of like rap artists. Once they get like their own production or their own studio or whatever, it's basically you can do movies, but you gotta take care of the business side more. So it's hard to be an actor and do business at the same time. So that's why it kind of reduces the roles. Whereas when you're just under an agent, you can do more roles and do more movies and stuff like that, and you have more people working under you. I think his is probably relatively new because I didn't know that he even had a production company at all. So it got to be somewhat new. So one thing that he did mention too is that his production company is Free Association. So one thing that kind of came up in this interview when he was talking about it was that he wanted to make this movie, but make some fundamental changes to the story.
Okay.
Not in a bad way, but he does believe that there is a few tropes and a few things in the movie that is very what is that, stereotypical, and I guess shines a bad light. And I will be honest, it's kind of like like in Dumbo with the crows when they're like, it's kind of racist to have black people as crows and stuff like that. Well, there was a lot of old stereotypes in that movie. Which
this is an 80s movie?
Yeah.
To be fair, that's what you're gonna see in an 80s movie.
Exactly. So he wants to just update it and take all those tropes away. And honestly, I'm not even against that. That's perfect because you're making a movie for the times. It seemed, and it's kind of seemed on Twitter that people were kind of making it a big deal because of the fact that he's going to be making changes. But in my opinion, if they're making changes for the better, I would think you would be more mad if you would have seen them not even attempt to try to change a couple of the scenes that happened in that.
Exactly, because then you see the scenes and then you got people backhanding you like, "Oh, I didn't take this out," and then you take them out and you're like, "Oh, well, why'd they take it out?" Well, see, you're losing regardless. That crowd is never going to be pleased. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm fine with everything. I think the one thing I'm not fine with this movie is Channing Tatum potentially playing Patrick Swayze's role. I don't know if he has the acting chops to do that. I've not seen him in a serious role. I think the last serious role that I've seen him in a trailer in was for that dog movie, and I haven't even seen that movie. I don't know. I don't think that he has acting chops unless he gives a hell of a performance in Magic Mike. But I've never seen that movie, so I wouldn't know. That's probably the hidden gem where he got Oscar nominations, and we're never gonna see it.
The last role we seen him in was Bullet Train, so
and that was only for a couple of so it wasn't even
I can't compare him. I can't compare because I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Mom showed it to me.
Well, have you seen Patrick Swayze in Footloose?
Yeah.
Have you seen Footloose?
Yes.
Do you remember him in Footloose?
Not well enough.
No.
I think Footloose might be on Hulu, so I'll rewatch it and then come back to you off camera. But
I'll show you the movie because I have the movie in physical copy. I'll show you the movie and Ghost, and then maybe in a different episode we'll probably go down this road again and see if you can see Channing Tatum as Patrick Swayze.
But it's weird because Channing Tatum, I think he does have that acting chops. I think you could get a sense of it in White House Down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I honestly don't think that he gave I think he was cool as a parent in White House Down. I think that maybe he was able to pull a lot of his real life experiences into that role. But of a few of the scenes in that movie were kind of could have done a little bit better. I think Channing Tatum can be that guy. I just think that he needs a little bit more acting lessons, and I don't know. But for him to replace an icon for Patrick Swayze in this movie, I don't know if he would be able to. It's one of those what's it called? How do you say it? It's a tough road to follow or something like that, right?
Yeah. It would be like someone redoing Terminator and then replacing Arnold, you know.
Exactly. It'd be hard, and this is Footloose. It is a cult classic. It wound up getting a following years after, but when it first came out, that shit flopped. This movie was a hit since the jump, and according to Whoopi Goldberg, this movie would have done better or had spin-offs and more sequels and stuff like that if for the fact that it didn't have black cast in it and stuff like that. And blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people say for it coming out or at least Whoopi Goldberg, this is just from her, I haven't heard from a lot more people, that this movie was seriously hindered from its time because of everything, I guess what they were facing at the time when it came to racial injustice and blah 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 blah. So with all that, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how, because this movie came out in 1990. I was born in 96. Okay, so I've seen a lot of shit change throughout the years, and I'm sure you have too. It's still crazy to me that this was only 6 years before I was born, and they were having all these problems. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird to have lived through it, and I mean, I was just a child then, so I probably didn't feel the full effect, but it was it's still kind of crazy. But yeah, with that, what do you guys think out there? Channing Tatum as Patrick Swayze's character in the remake of Ghost. Have you guys seen it? Is he crazy for not remembering it? This movie's a classic. I gotta show it to you. A classic. Well, moving on, still on the same topic of Channing Tatum, we kind of talked about it yesterday because I wanted to know whether or not you knew about it. He has not seen the G.I. Joe movies. I did spoil it for him, at least the beginning of the second one. And the beginning of the second one, Channing Tatum is only in it for like about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he goes bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people always wondered and speculated because not only did he go bye-bye, but a lot of characters didn't come back for the second movie, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, what?" That's why probably Channing Tatum didn't want to be in it. He had disagreements with the producer, blah 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 blah. But in a recent interview that he just did, he cleared it all up and basically said he didn't want to do it in the first place. And this is the quote. He said, "The first one I passed on 7 times, but they had an option on me, and I had to do the movie. So the second one, I obviously just didn't want to be in that one either." So he basically asked them to write them off. Now, I was kind of wondering what he meant, like, oh, they have an option on me, but I kind of looked into it, and it, when an actor has a contract to a studio, they can be put in certain, like, they can be like, okay, you're looking for certain top tier actors. Okay, these are the ones that we have on contract. You can pick one. If they say, hey, I want Channing Tatum, he can be like, I'll pass. They'll go to the next guy and the next guy. Mm-hmm. If they feel like they can't find the right match and the best one is Channing Tatum, he's contracted to do that movie.
Yeah.
So he wound up being contractedly obligated to go ahead and do the movie. So he did the first one, and since he wasn't tied to the second one, he was like, well, can I go? And they were like, well, yeah. And they basically did. So, and, Dwayne Johnson basically took over. And is Dwayne Johnson the kiss of death?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say when he joins a franchise, he kills it. And this was a real eye-opener for me when I had found out that he decided to get ridden off and Dwayne Johnson kind of wanted to take the reins of that franchise. Is he the kiss of death, man?
I don't think so.
Listen to track record, though. Hear me out.
Okay.
We got G.I. Joe 2, right? Ended the franchise. Done. Comes in for the Fast Saga. Does the spinoff. Kills the franchise. Done. Okay? DC, his Black Adam. Kills the franchise. Done. He was the last one.
He's not the last one.
He was the last DC movie that killed the franchise before Peter Safran. And if that movie would have succeeded, he probably would have had the keys to the kingdom. To be honest, like that's how close he was. Like I'm not even gonna cap. That's how close he was. Is he the kiss of death? Is this a stigma that he's gonna have to try to shake off?
Probably, maybe. Well, like I mean, the only one I can defend is the Fast Saga because I mean that one's still going, and he's not getting his movies anymore. If he would have done Hobbs and Shaw and then got a sequel, then okay. But he's not in them anymore, and you can track that up to the beef or whatever. But I don't even remember if Hobbs and Shaw did numbers. So
they didn't. I think it was the lowest opening Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah,
and that's the thing too is that even when he was on the Fast set, there was a lot of that drama and beef that had happened between him and Vin Diesel. Like if he was trying to take control of the reins, and Vin Diesel was kind of like, nah, I'm gonna protect this shit like it's mine.
It's probably just an ego thing then at that point because his whole contract where he says he can't lose a fight or whatnot on screen, like when did that happen? Because he lost in Fast 6 when he shows up. And
apparently nobody lost. That it ended in a draw.
In Fast 6,
where he was about to hit him with the wrench.
Yeah,
that
was a draw.
It was a draw. Because he didn't get hit. That was their deal.
No. I refuse. I don't give a damn what he says.
He lost?
He lost.
Yeah.
There's no way.
He was about to get hit with that thing, though.
He was going to get
hit with it. But his team
it.
pulled up on him. That was the problem.
That doesn't make it a
cheated.
Draw.
Well, it would be a draw because he cheated.
No.
I mean, I don't. Me personally, I don't consider it a draw because I honestly,
He lost.
if you cheat, you lose. But if you, on technicalities, he cheated and it was a draw.
Dom only stopped because Mia was there.
And the rest of the team, the rest of the.
I'm pretty
the
sure he would have done it regardless. He'd
not
rather
if-
die than go back to jail.
Not if he was gonna kill Mia. He wouldn't have done it if they were gonna kill Mia. He cheated. That's what I'm saying.
Nah.
He basically stopped
It
them.
wasn't a draw. I don't think.
I personally don't think it was a draw, but yeah. But yeah, all that aside, Dwayne Johnson gets some help, but Channing Tatum finally confirming that it wasn't between the producers and all that, and you know the franchise basically going under after the second one. It just showed that this series probably wasn't even meant to survive. And I know that new movie Snake Eyes came out, and
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, and it was very poorly reviewed and all that. So, it's time to go back to the drawing board when it comes to that franchise, and try to figure out what went wrong and what they could do better. Because, yeah, no, off the rip, honestly, I could tell you that those movies weren't gonna make it past a sequel for sure, and it just wasn't gonna happen. It just sucks too because there was a lot of cast that was in the first one that we lost in the second one, and it just didn't feel the same. Like Marlon Wayans was in the first one, but he didn't make it in the second one. Not because his character died or anything. It's just he didn't come back.
He just didn't show up.
Yeah, he just didn't come back. And there was a couple other characters that just... Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he was in the movie too, and he just didn't come back. And I was like, well, what? Where did everybody go? Like, you know, all their top actors basically left.
That's
and
weird.
They traded all their money for Dwayne.
That's weird.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But, I mean, does this put your mind at ease that, you know, Channing Tatum is a sweetheart and didn't want to fight with anybody and just wanted to leave? Let us know. Let us know down in the comments. But moving on to our next topic. Our next topic is about Papi. Our Papi Zach. Our Papi Zach had finally gave us a Rebel Moon release date, and that is coming out December 22nd, 2023. We got a little snippet on Netflix because of Netflix. They put out this whole banner of all the 2023 movies that are going to be coming out, and Rebel Moon finally got a release date. You know what? Didn't get a release date? Army of Thieves. Or no, which one is it? Las Vegas or whatever?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that yet. Which sucks, but
it's too busy with Rebel Moon.
Yeah, it's good that we got this little tidbit where we got a little couple images and all that out of that little teaser that came from it. Highly anticipated, supposed to give off Star Wars, samurai, cowboy, all these different vibes in this movie. A lot of praises are going out to it. I'm hearing a lot of great things, a lot of rumors saying that Zach has done it again, and I'm sure he's going to make another phenomenal movie where everybody's going to contemplate and cry and be like, how is it so ingenious? I don't understand. Like, they're just going to shit their pants, and this movie is going to finally be a masterpiece about 7 years after it releases, and Zach is just a GOAT, bro, and I can't wait for this movie. And just the little tidbits that we got out of that little trailer got me excited for it. I've been excited for his next project since he came back to finish Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, like to be honest, I'm off the heels of that to come to Rebel Moon. I'm just, it's pure hype, and I'm ready for this man to release something new again.
Honestly, yeah. It feels like this one's been in development forever.
Oh, not just that one too, but he also made the zombie one. I forgot.
Yeah.
What's it called? Army of the Dead. There you go.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
That one, it feels like it's been a minute since he's done something.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But it's cool. This one seems like it's worth the wait. It does look really good. I hope it lives past its what people are calling it, like a Star Wars ripoff and stuff. Well, I think it'll be as big as Star Wars? Probably not. But it would be nice to have another sci-fi thing in the ring, because you don't really get much of that these days. I know when they tried to do it, it doesn't work. Like, Ender's Game didn't work out too good.
Tron,
Not Tron. I'm trying to think of another one.
Riddick.
No, it had that. I think it had that dude that played Harry Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man. Valorant.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Valorian.
Valorian.
Yeah.
It started with a V. It was something like that.
Yeah.
But like that one didn't work out too well either. And then you had another one after
There's
that.
a lot of sci-fi movies that don't make it.
It just doesn't work out because they aren't faithful adaptations. Because I think Edgar's Game was a book. And
Ender's Game. Yeah.
And then
Edgar's Game. Edgar.
and then like you got other ones that they just feel too much like Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they can't stray away from the whole stigma or whatever. So I mean, if this one could throw its hat in the ring and work, then great. I just hope it lives past that whole Star Wars ripoff thing.
I think Zack Snyder is a talented artist who will completely just blow our minds with this movie. I have no doubts in this, and it sucks that he's gonna have that fight to go uphill, but to be honest, like I said, this movie is gonna be so misunderstood in the beginning. It's not even gonna get a chance to even be in that conversation. Watch, it's gonna be more like did Zack Snyder do it again? Is it too dark and moody? Is there too much slow mo? Is there this or that? Like, I don't know what it is, but Zack Snyder as a director, people just pick on him. I don't know if it's because he's too nice. I don't know if it's just he's so good at his craft that people get mad. Like, I don't know what it is. The only people I don't hear talking shit about him or like are trying to actively fuck with him is like Nolan, Christopher Nolan, and a couple other directors. But those are the only. Oh, David Ayer, he talks highly about him too. Like, there's only like a handful of people I can think of that talk highly about him, and then everybody else is always trying to do like some nasty tabloid shit towards him.
That's right. I think it's probably why, because he's a nice dude. Like I've never met him, but
Yeah.
All the tabloids and all the people that you mentioned say that he's like really dope, and I'm like, well, that's probably why they try to take advantage of him, and because not just because he's nice, but because he knows where to draw that line.
Mm-hmm.
He's also like, he's hard. They see it as like he's hard to work with or whatever, and so they want to throw his name under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
maybe because he is one of those filmmakers that don't get pushed around.
yeah,
Like, he's nice, but like, don't fuck with my movie.
yeah.
I mean, I think till this day he said he hasn't even watched Justice League. He was like, no, it's like I think his wife said like, don't watch it, you're gonna cry, and he's never watched it.
Yeah.
So I think he takes his job very seriously, and you could tell in his craft.
I cry too. It's so bad.
But with that, let us know out there, you guys excited to see Rebel Moon coming out December 22nd? And I read on this little article that it is doing something that Star Wars does, and basically is keeping a trend of releasing in December, because Star Wars always releases a movie in December.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
now
right.
Zack Snyder's doing. I don't know. Might be the new Star Wars thing for us. Moving on to our next topic. So the other day we kind of brushed up and we had found out that they are making a new Planet of the Apes movie. It's not going to be a total reboot. It's going to be a soft reboot. It's going to be called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's going to be directed by Wes Ball. He basically directed the Maze Runner trilogy. And we got a little update from the writer, who is basically saying that though this will be a reboot, soft reboot, it's still going to be in the world that they set up in the trilogy that had just released with, I believe, the 2017 War of the Apes.
Yeah.
It's basically, the writer basically said that it's going to be exploring Caesar's legacy. It's going to be exploring what he did for the monkeys, I guess, and what impact his role plays going on into the future. I don't know if you remember the trilogy with the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the new one that just came out recently. But it's good to know that they're not going to go with a total full reboot, because I think that this franchise has gone through so many reboots, from the original to the 90s remake to the god awful Mark Wahlberg remake to a TV series that got scrapped immediately to being this beautiful franchise that was birthed back in, I believe, 2014 with the one with James Franco in it.
Yeah.
Like I think this trilogy is the best Planet of the Apes has ever been. I mean, some people, maybe if you're honestly the older ones, I like a lot of older movies because of nostalgia, and I like, seeing the original vision of a franchise. That's why I like A New Hope, because it's the original, and that's the original intent vision. The Planet of the Apes movies, the originals, are too goofy for me, and it's just it's cringe now. And maybe back then it was really good and a lot of people liked it, or maybe they seen it and they were just like, oh, what is that? You know what I mean? I don't know. But with these ones, I'm kind of excited. They did a really good job with the trilogy that just was put out. So to see that we're gonna get another, it seems like another trilogy. It's actually pretty amazing, and I honestly think that they should just follow Caesar's son, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he survived the events of the 2017 movie. So it'd be cool to see his son, go on with his legacy.
I can't recall. I know we had to get around to watching them again, but I can't recall. It's cool that this is a soft reboot. I remember the first one well enough to be like, okay, because if you do a reboot again, the last one came out when?
The 2017.
Yeah. See, so it hasn't even been 10 years yet.
No, I think it's only been like 5.
Yeah. So like, it's to do another reboot, and like you said, this one has been through a lot already. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's good that they have to find a way to keep it fresh and new for new audiences, to be like, oh, I want to go check out the other ones.
Yeah.
But relevant enough and familiar for fans of the franchise already to be like, okay, I like this one too. You know? So that's why soft reboots just sometimes are hit or miss. You know what I'm thinking about. Mm-hmm. But it's cool that this one is following the legacy, and by that I imagine it's trying to find they're probably gonna end up doing the line again where humans and apes trying to coexist still, like they're not as violent, they're trying to live peacefully and whatnot, while the humans are trying to probably survive as well.
I think that they did that all with this trilogy. I wouldn't want them to touch up on it again if it is a soft reboot, but I think you're right. I think it's good that they build off this foundation, at least, because all the other movies, I mean, you can't really base your foundation off those, and it's good to have that, because at least with soft reboots you can easily be like, well, if you really want to understand these movies, you can understand them if you watch the older ones, you know what I mean? So it's a good way to get them to watch the trilogy that just came out, you know what I mean? So I mean, if they connect it well and they do a good job, I'm down for it. It's like I said, I feel like they did their best, and the CGI in these movies are phenomenally insane, bro. Like, it's groundbreaking. And I think Matt Reeves is the one who did the last two. I think somebody did Planet of the Apes with James Franco. A different director did it. I forgot who it was. Yeah. But I think Matt Reeves did the last two, and those are superb. But with that new Planet of the Apes movie coming out, are you guys excited? Have you guys seen the trilogy that just came out? If you haven't, go watch it. I know I gave a couple spoilers out in this review, but it came out in 2017. Where are you guys at? Watch it already. It's been done. It's over. Moving on. A movie that's been kind of actually grabbed some people by storm. It was giving Avatar its run for its money, but I think it's starting to die down. And I mean, for a horror movie, it's it's expected, but it went down fighting. It did what it needed to do. It did what happened a few years back, and it got greenlit, an instant sequel, and that's Megan. Oh, Megan coming in 2025.
Damn.
Getting a sequel. I believe it said January 17th, 2025.
God.
So it's coming fairly quick. Did really good. Performance in the box office was amazing. So got greenlit.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. We gotta watch it.
Who's been watching this movie like crazy? Good for them, I suppose. It's 2025. I guess makes sense, but I have to watch the first one to be like, doesn't even need a second, you know.
That makes sense. Because we haven't seen the first one. We need to watch the first one. The thing is I didn't think it was gonna do this. I didn't think it was gonna be this good.
Yeah,
the only movie in recent that I can think was released and got a sequel, like greenlit ASAP to come out soon, was Scream recently. That one, like, they put out the 2022 one, and then I think like a week later they were like, yeah, we're doing another one and it's coming out this date. And they even moved the date up at one point. So they really fast tracked this one. So this one seems like it's getting really fast tracked too. Now, is this because it was really good? Did a lot of people get bamboozled to come and watch this and then left unsatisfied? It doesn't seem like that. It seems like a lot of people liked it. It seems like it's raking in the dough, and we got to watch it. I think we're sleeping on this movie.
Anyway, for streaming. No, but it's just I didn't think it was gonna do this either. I mean, we get killer doll movies all the time, you know, and it's after the last Chucky movie. I know it's been a minute since we've had another one, but I hear the show is doing really good.
The show is really good.
I just wasn't expecting this movie to do good.
No, me neither. It's kind of an unexpected, like, win because, you know, a lot of people were worried that that movie theaters were going under. You know, that people didn't care about cinema anymore. That people weren't worried about going, and that's why a lot of these movies that had came out, you know, Tenet was supposed to be the big tent pole to bring everybody else in, bring everybody back. That one failed. I think the Suicide Squad was supposed to be another tent pole that was supposed to bring everybody back. That one failed. Black Widow was supposed to be one. That one failed. So many movies failed since the pandemic. So to see that, and to be fair, a lot of people were saying like, oh, if Avatar does good, that means that the movie theaters aren't dead. I expected Avatar to be good regardless. You know what? Regardless if it wasn't a good movie, I expected to do big numbers regardless because it's Avatar. James Cameron made it. If James Cameron's name is on it, it's going to do big numbers because he made Titanic. And bitches love Titanic.
Bitches love Titanic.
So, I already knew that one was going to do big numbers. When Smile came out, and that one did pretty good numbers for a horror movie, I was like, oh shit, you know, this might be, things might be picking back up, you know what I mean? So to see this one, and this one actually did really well. I don't know the numbers off top right now, but this one did really well. So I think it's an unexpected win, not only for movies.
A low-key W.
Yeah, but for movie theaters in general, right?
Well, yeah, obviously. It's really showing. I think last year was a good improvement, really showing that we're coming out of the pandemic, you know, really strong cinema-wise. Like, and people were like, you know, movie theaters are dead and whatnot, but no. Everybody wants to go enjoy the movie, buy expensive-ass snacks, and just enjoy the movie for however long it is, but
not sit through that annoying ass cell phone and turn that shit off in the theaters. Thank you.
Yeah, you know who you are. No, yeah. Stop pulling your phone out during the movies. But
taking fucking Snapchat pictures with a fucking
doing
flash
TikToks
on.
and shit. Stop it.
Jesus.
That's not what the movies are for. But what do you call it?
Moving on.
It's just that's what I thought. You guys make me angry. But it's obviously a big W. I think Avatar 2 would have done the numbers, but I mean, you know, who knows? Who knows for sure? That's only something that we can only speculate, you know.
That's true.
But it's good that it's showing movie theaters are coming back. People are seeing movies again, you know. So it's good.
Yeah. Congratulations to Megan. congratulations to Jason Blum. They're doing a great job. This movie, for the trailers at least, it looks good. We'll get around to watching it pretty soon. Gotta wrap it up. 1, 2, 3. Moving on to our next topic, we're gonna be revisiting something that has been in the works for a long time. Maybe you don't know about it, but somebody's attached to it too. That kind of got me worried. I want to reveal it to you guys, but I'm just afraid how you guys are gonna receive this. So we've got a report that it's finally happening. It's moving forward. We're getting a Tron 3. Now, I know not a lot of people are excited for this.
What the fuck? No.
Okay, and we're getting Jared Leto to actually star in this movie. It's crazy because he's been saying that he was going to be in this movie since Tron Legacy came out, and that came out back in 2011, 2012.
Sorry. I like Jared Leto as an actor.
I like him as an actor too, but it just seems nothing's sticking. Or is that just me? Nothing's sticking. Morbius, House of Gucci. Oh, a lot of people said he did really good, but for some reason that a lot of people said that movie didn't do so well.
Didn't they? I think that one suffered from the actual like people, right?
Yeah.
Then weren't they the ones that were like, oh, they depicted us wrong and whatnot. So
that's not how we were, or whatever. Yeah. Suicide Squad as a Joker. You know what I mean? So Jared Leto has really been trying, and it just seems like it's not happening. So kind of makes me a little worried. But co-director Joachim Roning will helm the sequel. He was the co-director for Pirates 5, and I think he made Maleficent 2. Not the strongest director for this movie. It just sucks because I'm so scared. I'm so scared because I am a fan of Tron Legacy. It is a good movie. The original one, I will watch it. It's not that it's outdated. Okay, I think that movie came out in like 1979 or something, and so it's outdated. Okay, it's really hard to watch. But Tron Legacy, in my opinion, was really good. Yeah, you could say the CGI, whatever, blah blah blah, a couple scenes, but groundbreaking nonetheless. I don't know if you've seen Tron Legacy, Josh, but
yeah, I've seen it.
You seen it? So you know what kind of CGI I'm talking about, then, right? Yeah. Okay, Jeff Bridges CGI that everybody likes to talk about and bring up. It did great for when did the second Tron come out? Like 09 or something?
Something like that.
09, 10? Mm-hmm. For the year that it came out, I think that CGI is magnificent. Like, yeah, granted, it probably won't hold up today, whatever. I haven't seen it in a while. I actually got to watch it again. But I really liked Legacy. I still remember that movie like I watched it yesterday. It's a great movie, and I was really hoping for this Tron 3 to be... Because, like I said, Jared Leto was attached to this movie since the second one came out.
Yeah.
So it's been almost it's been over 10 years already. This has been in limbo. So for it to finally make its way out of the rubble, it's kind of like, damn, bro, like, are we getting a monstrosity, or are we actually going to get a good movie that they were just trying to get right for all these years?
I think they were probably just trying to get it right, you know? Maybe it suffered from directors not sticking and whatnot, because you never hear because you usually hear movies doing bad because actors, you know, drop out or whatever, but it's more common for directors and movies to not find them, you know? Mm-hmm. So, like, maybe that's what happened. Or maybe it just, you know, needed a better script after the last one, you know? Mm-hmm. But it does sound exciting. Tron is a very underrated franchise, I think. And I think with this day and age and technology-wise, it could do really good.
Mm-hmm. Did you like the Legacy sequel?
I liked it.
Yeah?
It was cool.
Yeah? Okay. Because I know a lot of people really had some beef with it, so I don't know. Maybe you're too young to remember the beef or know the beef, but yeah. I really liked it, regardless of everything. I really liked it. So it's really good, but like I said, really worried with Jared Leto being on there. The director, I mean, I like Pirates 5. Maleficent 2 can be debated. Pirates 5 can be debated too, honestly, if you are not a big fan of that movie. Were you a fan of Pirates 5?
Yeah, it was cool. It was alright.
It was okay, right? It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst.
It's not my favorite, but it's cool.
Yeah, I think At World's End is everybody's favorite.
That's the second one.
Third one.
Third one's my favorite.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, Tron 3 in the works. Apparently, it's going under Tron 3 Ares. So, or Tron Ares, not Tron 3 Ares, but Tron Ares. So, if you guys are excited about that, if you guys are hoping to see Jared Leto in this movie, he is still attached to it after all these years. Go watch it. Go support it. Tron Legacy is out right now. If you guys want to catch up to get prepared for that one, go watch it. Moving on, Josh, we're talking about your favorite topic in the world, and that's DC. We're going to be talking about how my boy Jason Momoa basically put out a video today, whooped it and whined that he got the deal written in pen, signed. Another 4 years, he says in the video, at DC. He says he loves Peter, loves James, thanks David. Seemed very excited in the video. Now, some people say it's good that he still secured the bag. He's going to be Lobo. Some people say, yeah, he secured the bag, but yet he downgraded to Lobo. From Aquaman to Lobo. Some people are just like, they should do away with him altogether, because if they got rid of Cavill, they should get rid of everybody and start anew.
What?
I'm gonna give you my personal thought.
What was that big ass pause?
I'm trying to. I was hoping you were gonna interrupt me. Thank God you did it. I actually hope that he might be Lobo. I don't care if it's a downgrade or anything. But Jason Momoa is not my favorite actor either. I liked him as Aquaman. I thought it was cool. He was very limited. I thought him as a serious role would be great. But him as an excited biker who is always so uppity and whatever, cigar in his mouth or whatever. I don't know if I could do that with Jason Momoa. Though he will make a perfect Lobo, I don't care for the character. And yeah, maybe he secured the bag for another 4 years at DC, but him as Lobo, I mean, I could see it. I'm not saying I can't. I see the vision, but it's not really exciting for me. It's not really as exciting. I mean, it's exciting for him. You could tell he's excited in the video. I showed you the video. But, I mean, what do you think?
Good for him. Good for Jason Momoa.
And let me just add, this headline is just terrible. Jason Momoa issues cryptic statement about his DC future amid reboot. That just sounds like clickbait. That sounds like clickbait.
Yeah.
But either which way.
It is kind of cryptic. I mean, think about it. He doesn't say anything other than he's excited. He has 4 more years, and he loves who he loves. Good for him. If he's Lobo, all right, cool. I understand. Like you said, I see the vision. I'm gonna miss him as Aquaman because I did like his Aquaman.
Yeah.
But if he does and thrives better as Lobo, then even better. Good for him that he's getting his dream role. And that's assuming, because we don't know yet, James Gunn, where the fuck have you been? It's gonna be what, the 20th already?
Yeah, I'm hoping that it drops tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday,
it's gonna be the 20th already.
Yeah. Well, by the time you guys hear this, hopefully he drops something about DC.
Hopefully he does. Yeah. But in case he doesn't, it's still speculation that he's Lobo.
As you guys can tell, my co-host is very eager to shit on his plans. Don't think that he's excited for it. He's not.
That's not true.
He's just ready to shit on it.
That's not true. I'm just saying he promised us. We're 10 days away.
From what?
11 days away. Almost 11 days away from the end of the month. So.
Oh, if he doesn't deliver this month, he's going to hold it against them. What kind of head of DC is this? He doesn't
promises this.
He doesn't even show up when he says he will. God damn it! Oh shit! I mean, It's exciting for Jason. Like I said, I'm not mad. I'm still waiting. We are still waiting on James Gunn's DC future, his vision, and all that. So very exciting stuff. Can't wait. I don't think this is cryptic at all. I think he's hyping up the new DCU. I'm sure James knows about this. Which is really weird that he never put under his Twitter or anything like a comment. Like, why wouldn't he comment something? But I think since Jason Momoa put something out today, I think they're gearing up and getting ready to maybe drop something by Friday or the beginning of next week. So we'll keep you guys updated with that. Calm down.
I'm calm.
Moving on to our last topic of the night. Super excited about this. Hyped. We've got a new Scream 6 poster, and we also got a new Scream trailer that we will be watching and reacting to right now in a minute. But I just wanted to take the time to point out that we're getting all the cast from the 2022 movie. Jenna Ortega's coming back. Forgot her name. She's coming back. Courtney Cox is coming back. Hayden Panettiere is back. Okay, amazing. Flash is gonna be in this movie. All right, Flash. Yeah. She was in the other one. He was in the other one. Samara Weaving. Now, I do not know what role she plays, but I feel like she's probably her assistant or something. I can't wait to see her in there. I'm really excited to see Samara Weaving in there.
That's a dope ass poster.
I love the mask. Doesn't it look cool? And like how the little ghost face at the bottom and everything.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah. I don't really like ensemble pictures because I really just hate the whole cluttered up on a page, like all the faces. But I think they did a good job with this one. I really like the mask. The mask looks sick. But yeah, you ready to watch the trailer?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Please help me. Just down there.
There's a line here, girl. You got a problem here, guy?
Oh shit!
Okay, I'm sorry. My boy just pulled out the Thule.
No way!
This is the most dangerous Scream that we've seen so far. You could run away from a knife.
We'll talk about it after. Holy shit!
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me.
I like the
It
mask.
followed me here,
It's all even.
and it's gonna keep coming for us. We share a certain history. This isn't like any other ghost face.
What is this place?
A shrine. We've got to lure him in. We execute him.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gale. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
She was gonna say fucking head.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Rise.
Freddy Pinhead, you seen that? Jason. Damn.
Holy shit!
Damn, March 10th?
Holy shit.
Let me just actively collect my thoughts real quick. That was fucking good.
That was really good.
That was fucking good. I hope this trailer is not misleading and we end up with some fucking botched up mess, but this movie looks good. I was a fan of the 2022 Scream. This movie looks better than that movie. Like, he shot him.
I've been saying it forever. I just want to coin that real quick. How many times have I told you that we never see him use a gun ever? How easy would things be if he used a gun? And he blew that dude's, I'm assuming, a hole in his chest.
Real quick. Where does he fucking go?
He dodges the shotgun bullet.
That boy is quick. Hold on. Where the fuck does he go?
He ducks.
He outran the bullet?
He ducks.
Holy
He
shit.
was fast as shit.
That boy said. Quickness. Oh, man. This movie looks good.
It does.
I can't wait.
I really like the 2022 one. That's a mouthful of a sentence.
You seen the struggle I was going through.
But this one does look really good. I don't know. I got friends that didn't like the 2022 one. Oddly enough.
Oh, really?
They were like, oh, you call yourself a movie guy and you liked it, and I'm like, hell yeah, that shit was good down to the kills. You know what I mean?
I thought it was pretty good. Now, granted, it did fall in. I think in the third act, it fell into like the whole Scream trope that it usually goes into. But I mean, it wouldn't be a Scream movie without that, in my opinion.
This one looks really good. I hope it does better. Because think about it, we loved the kills in the last one.
Yeah.
So hopefully it just tops it.
Fucking a shotgun, point blank to the face, from somebody who was just trying to help these random girls.
I know, he did that shit in public. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like he just showed up in the store. He was like, and let me get some chocolate milk.
He does not give a damn.
Yeah, I need to know who
he was right about being something.
Okay,
different.
can we start guessing who it might be? Can we start guessing who it might be? There's a whole poster. They have to be on the poster, 100%. I think it's Samara. Samara Weaving.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna do a fake out, and since there's usually two,
the mask, a big thing. My thing is the mask looks dirty. Mm-hmm. It's old. Mm-hmm. It's.
So you think somebody older is doing it?
What if it's Stu?
Okay. That's that theory, and we can put that in the mix if we want. I'll say Stu and Samara Weaving, but if it's not Stu, I'd say Samara Weaving and Hayden Panettiere. Those two might be the killer. And I'm only saying that because women. All right, you're never going to expect it to be women.
We have to know. We have to think about the last one too. Okay. Who was, they were going after her and the sister.
Yeah.
It turned out to be her boyfriend and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So who could be going after her this time?
Yeah.
Well, in the trailer, it showed that it's somebody who has mementos. So they're not just going after her and her. They're going after the group that survived. The group, probably Sydney, obviously, Gail, because they're survivors. So they're looking to basically clean up everything that the old Ghostface did. So that means that they either need to be related or they know what happened.
And they also have to know that she's Billy's kid.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be good.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking it's her and her, and I think because Samara Weaving might be Gail's like person, like rep or whatever, and basically probably helping her out since they lost Dewey in the last one.
Yeah.
And so I think she's gonna know everything because she obviously told her, and I think bringing Hayden Panettiere back is kind of like a fake out. And I think they're going to be working together.
Who is she again?
She was in Scream 4. She was Kirby.
Oh, okay.
You remember? She wound up getting stabbed in that one basement closet.
Oh, okay.
And I guess she never died. So, but they never showed her surviving or anything either. So, and I think in the last movie, somebody seen that on one of when they were on the laptop or whatever. I guess on the YouTube it said that Kirby sharing her how she was a survivor or something. Like it's a little kind of like what they did in Marvel with the little newspapers or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but
Yeah.
I would say them two. I would say Hayden and Samara.
Yeah.
Who would you say?
Probably them too. They make a sound argument. I just can't think about it because I want to keep going back to Stu because the mask is old.
That's just the
everything.
theory, though. That's
I
the
know,
theory. That's
I
the theory.
know.
And it would be super cool if they do that, though.
I know, and like it throws me off because the mask and everything looks old. Why couldn't they use a fresh one? On the train, it looks new, along with the rest of them, you know. But there's always two.
Mm-hmm.
So what if one is old and one is new? So we don't know.
We will find out March 10th, 2023.
I fucking.
With that, we'll leave that here. Let us know down in the comments what you guys thought about the trailer, what you guys thought about the poster. If there's anything that we missed on here that you believe that we should have been talking about on this podcast and or a movie that you would like us to review, Josh, go ahead and let them know one more time where they can find that at.
If you want to hit us up anytime, Twitter and TikTok at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to listen to our other episodes, we are still on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us in a big way by not only being able to talk to us directly for movies and stuff, but also listen to older podcasts, you can find us on Zippy Stream. The link will be in the description of here. And if you want to listen to us on YouTube, watch us on YouTube, sorry, you can find us on YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
Yes, and don't forget to like, subscribe, put on the notification bell. There will be more videos coming out. And like how my co-host said, I want to stress it again. If you guys want to hear our older videos and also support us in the process, our link to our Zippy stream is in our TikTok, Twitter, those bios, right? In those bios. So go ahead and click those, and you know, all it takes is an email and a name, and you can hear all of our podcasts from there.
Yeah.
From now to the very beginning. With that being said, we're going to close it up here, and we will talk to you guys on the next one.
Yep, talk to you guys later.
Late.